Hey everyone, Nithyanandam Kodandi here, reporting to you once again from the cemetery. So, today's topic, some people have started asking me about telepathy with regards to the third eye powers and what Swamiji has initiated us into. And so I'm pretty sure that telepathy is one of the third eye powers, but I'm not aware of anyone specifically being given an initiation for it. But I'm pretty sure some of us are starting to manifest it. The thing about being one of Swamiji's Adinavasis is that you're kind of expected to be able to pick these things up without needing a specific initiation. But of course, once you're initiated, it's just like easy. It's right there. It just happens. But I really think some of us are already starting to manifest the power of telepathy. And, one of the reasons why is because, I think at the Adinam, a lot of us have telepathy with each other. And I say that because communication at the Adinam is so much simpler and easier and faster. And people just get it. They just kind of they get it. Out here, I'm getting frustrated because it's just like conversations take forever. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I know what you're going to say. I want to go. I get it. And, but people go on and on thinking they have not communicated their point yet when I've already gotten it and I'm ready to move on. And also I'm concerned that I'm not communicating well enough. I think I'm communicating well enough with people, but then they come back with more questions and they want to talk more. And I'm like, did you not hear the first time? Was I not clear? I don't know what's going on. So I think at the Adinam, I got used to a certain level of telepathy that we all have with each other because I'm getting frustrated with communications out here in California. Another thing is that I'm noticing that communication with animals. I mean, I'm, pretty empathic to begin with. And I've been working with animals. I've been working as a dog walker. But I've noticed, I'm really getting a lot better, especially with birds, okay? I had the other day these experiences communicating with birds. Now, I'm kind of a bird watcher, okay? That there's these ravens that I've been watching. One year they had a nest in my back lot. And so, I'd seen them around the neighborhood. I knew it was their territory. But then after they had a nest and I saw they had, all these little baby ravens, I, kind of started following them around. And as a dog walker, I'm in all different parts of the city, so I've been able to kind of get a sense of where their territory is. And I've also located 2 other pairs of ravens and their territory. So I am personally aware and interacting with 3 pairs of ravens around. And, so what I do, with crows and ravens both, they're really highly, highly intelligent animals. Really highly intelligent animals. Crows in particular have been shown, and I think ravens too, that they'll use tools, that they're really good with problem solving, and that they remember people's faces, and also that they communicate with each other. Let me find a good spot for light. Also that they communicate with each other. And so I knew that crows and ravens, if you whistle a song or if you whistle at them, they will recognize it as communication and try to mimic. They generally try to mimic sounds. And if you search around on YouTube, you can find there's this really cute video of an old man with this raven out on his porch. And the raven, he's laughing at the raven because the raven's being cute, and the raven starts to mimic his laughing. And so, I've been told that this is their communication, that, you make your noise and that's like your name, and they make their noise back and that's their name. So it's, like introducing yourself. So I have a particular whistle that I use whenever I see crows and ravens. I'll whistle it at them. I'll wait for them to make some response, and then I whistle back. Most of the time, I don't know if they're actually communicating with me or just, doing their bird thing with other birds. But the other day, so I'm out in a particular area that I expect to be, it's in the territory of the ravens that I had nesting in my yard. And so I see them, they're up in the trees, and so I start whistling. I start doing my whistle. And, I'm walking a dog, so I keep walking. I walk away, and I'm whistling as I walk away until I get too far to really hear their response. When I turn around and come back, they're still there, and also a second pair of ravens is there with them. So there's 4 ravens in the trees, and I'm doing my whistle again, and they are very, very clearly responding to me, like I'm standing right underneath them. And they are clearly like they're watching me. I can see them watching me. I'm making eye contact with them, and I'm whistling at them, and they're doing their calls back. And this goes on for a while, and I've never had such an intense experience like that. Like, I've made eye contact with crows and ravens before, but I've never had where it was so clearly we were communicating with each other. And I really think that that's comes from the third eye awakening, that, I was able to communicate with them more clearly using the third eye. That same day, later that day, or maybe it was the next day, I was out walking another dog, and there's this big fat vulture, like, the turkey vulture buzzard type. We get a lot of them out here in Oakland. And it's just, kind of circling around, making these big circles. And I'm just walking. I'm not calling out at the turkey vulture, but, I have this vulture connection. And so they're kind of a spiritual sign for me when I see the vultures. And this bird, comes swooping right down, right at me. And I've had them circle me before to kind of check me out to see, are you dead? Are you alive? Are you something tasty? What's going on? But this bird, came right down, flew right down next to me. Again, we made eye contact. And it kind of followed me around. And, so, I don't know how to whistle at vultures. I don't know how they communicate. So I just start talking to it in a normal voice. And then, it flies off and continues doing its search for roadkill or whatever. I don't know. But that was really, really, really intense. I've never had that happen with a vulture. I've had them circle around me, but I've never had one that came down, made eye contact, and was following me like that. We were having some kind of conversation, and and again, I think that's a third eye kind of thing where I'm communicating with this bird in some way. And I don't honestly know what it had to say, but I was just talking to it very casually, and I don't know. I really think there was a connection there. I really feel like we had a connection. It was very, very unusual, even for someone that follows birds and, is kind of an amateur bird watcher. It was a very, very unusual, especially to have those two happen, right, one after the other. It was very, very unusual. So anyway, that is my little telepathy story. And if you are interested in Third Eye Awakening or, any of the programs that my guru, Swamiji Paramahamsa Nithyananda, is offering, if you're interested in having these abilities and things, check the description box. All of the listings for whatever events and programs are happening are in there. Lots of information, and Nithyanandam, everyone.